Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. I wasn't entirely sure if I had a lesson this morning, but it's possible that we can watch what's going on here a little bit before we start the event. We've got Charles Numero Uno playing Draydan on board 3, no less. Why is he on board 3? Let's check him out. White has a bit of a space advantage, a well-outposted knight. That is the number one goal of almost every knight in the world, is to be well outposted. Rooks love to be on open files. Here we are. And it looks like it was legitimate, by the way. It was a legitimate option to take on 8-6 because of the exposure to the knight on f6. It was very, very legitimate. Basically, bishop takes 8-6, g takes 8-6. Maybe not. And now for something completely interesting. That move was not quite potent enough. Let's just go back here and see if he had something better. Did he have something better? Queen to e3, queen to g3, but he's really insistent on holding on to his pawn for some reason. I don't know why he must hold on to this pawn. Like he's having a queen and a rook tied down to defending a pawn. When in reality, should this queen get into the game and this rook get to the 7th rank, recapturing a pawn, there's so much more going on for us because of the weakness of f7. Right? Let's just pay attention to that for the most part. Let's go back to the main line because he's going to continue to hang on to that pawn forever. We've got our resident chess.com streamer playing black here. He's up a little bit. Looks like he's going to force the exchange of material against this. How did this happen? So we have a French defense, advanced variation. Everyone knows that I prefer developing pieces to advancing the pawn. Developing pieces, and here we're already defending against black's attack. Black is playing one of my favorite plans, which is to get rid of the bishop, but doesn't follow through on it with queen to b6 to put pressure on b2. This bishop doesn't belong out here. This bishop belongs on this diagonal. After all, that is the bad knight. I mean, that is the bad bishop behind that knight. And we lost a pawn right off the bat. That's all right. That's normal. I'm going to start up the other thing that I need to do. Just to see if anyone is here. Wow. Interesting. My NVIDIA broadcast software does not seem to be reinstalled, so let's just check to make sure our microphone is working. Our desktop audio is working. We were relying a little bit heavily on the Microsoft software. I'm not entirely sure what's tying up our cameras at the moment, if it's not. But it might be. Let's just message here. So just continuing to look, I see what we did. That's all right. So being down the exchange, there's no excuse for being down the exchange. Ah, and that was the move that won the exchange. unfortunately. Is there a way to counterattack? We see no ways to counterattack. We just sort of left our queen in the way of the rook, which was not good. Awkward. Long distance pieces there. We now have a new inning. Maybe I'll get one game in before we return to the mix, and then we'll resume. We'll resume our regularly scheduled programming of reviewing games. Faubourg, how are you? Good morning. Great to see you, sir. Did I make it? I somehow made it. Kingslayer Sloan is in the mix. I don't believe Kingslayer Sloan is allowed to stream this because he has signed his soul to chess.com, where they will not allow him to actually appear on any other platform while streaming without the express permission, the express written permission of. Can you imagine?
Kingslayer Sloan
said, "Morning, John."
Good morning, Rogan. It's happy to see you playing in the arena. This is a rather nice vacation for you. Oh no!
Kingslayer Sloan
said, "I can just tell what John talking about."
You can you? Gus Gambit. Is there such a thing as a Gussie Gambit? I'm going to have to look this up. So far, so good. Black is playing very, very solidly. I'm afraid I might know what's going to happen next. Very, very afraid that I'd know what's going to happen next. Yes, I thought I'd know what is going to happen next. This is a very common young player type of thing to do. But perhaps there's another way around it. Maybe it's not as easy as I thought. Maybe this isn't as good for white as I thought. We will have to tell. Can I bother him just enough to get out of dodge? I don't know. So I do want to exchange stuff. I do want to exchange stuff. Now, what can I do? We'll continue on our merry way of creating a little bit of a minority attack against this pawn. We always have the outpost, perhaps, of playing. Now, without a knight, this barnacling on the c4 square doesn't really help. So, for example, it is often thought, can I do this? That's interesting. First things first, let's capture one, but not another. Yes. So let's do this. He is going to capture with check, so I made a miscalculation. That's the problem with being here. Ah, but maybe I didn't make a miscalculation. Maybe I did not make a miscalculation. Let's set him up for a trap. We already have one passed pawn in the mix. There's one more miscalculation involved here. Oh, my knight is such a beautiful piece. I don't want to get rid of it. We're just going to keep applying some pressure on this side of the board. Oh, I could be stream sniped. That much is true. So now, can we walk our way into it? We do need a little bit of a cubby over here. So is he threatening me? He is threatening me. Alright, but we're too close. We cannot lose this one. Is it an exchange of pawns? I don't know. This pawn is just a little too close to me. Be careful. There might be a whole rook in the future. Just a tentative one. I'm not doing anything funny. He's pretty smart. Four versus three could well be a draw, though. I don't know if I want to do this. Grr. How about we test the limits of 4 versus 3? Is this true? Can we afford to repeat the position? First things first. We did succeed in tricking him into trying to keep both rooks on the board to my advantage a little bit. Uh-oh. This is not necessarily the best possible pawn structure. Some rook and pawn and endgame knowledge never hurt anyone. So here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check. Can I get away with this? We're going to find out. Still fairly close to being a draw, though, unfortunately. Still fairly close to being a draw. As it turns out. Waiting move. Just to see what he's up to. He is doing very okay. Did we finally evict him from this morass? I don't know. Oh no, I'm expecting a little bit of a mistake at some point in the near future. He can definitely hold this. I may not be able to afford it. So somehow in dealing with the b4 pawn, I did not get what I wanted out of the deal. Whoa. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. A smidgen of impatience. May or may not go a long way. Oh no. Well, I made it a little more difficult, but I'm still up a queen. I mean, I'm still up a rook. Still up a rook. Mate and 2. Is it? Mate and 3? Mate and 2. Mate and 3. Maybe not mate and 3. What am I thinking? Sorry, Gus. It was a good game. It was a really good game, right up until the rook and pawn ending. we have to look at Alekhine versus Capablanca, the World Championship match of 1927, game 34. Definitely game number 34, but there are quite a few of those queen versus queen and or rook endings in those matches worth seeing. If you want to master rook and pawn endings, Alekhine and Capablanca, good place to start. Great place to start. I am feeling better. I'm a little congested. Thank you, Faubourg. Fred. I like the name Fred. I think I mentioned that the other day that I like the name Fred. I like the name Fred a lot. We were going to play e4 today, honestly. Today we were going to play e4. That was my goal. Was to catch up on the e4 games that I've been missing. I really do miss them a lot. Alright, we're going to go with the light square weaknesses. Just going with the light square weaknesses as much as we can. The number one reason why we can't play knight f5 in many of the Sveshnikov positions is directly because of d5. So our opponent is going after us here, right? So let us weaken things just a little bit. I don't think we have much of a choice. Interesting. Is the rook going to be worth it for the knight? 2 pieces for a rook. Or the king caught in the center. We'll work that one out when we get to it. The king caught in the center routine. And a major piece endgame? Andre Dan. Can we do this? I feel like we should be able to do this. Just to keep the king caught in the center. Ever so carefully. So now, I do have to watch out for a weak back rank myself. Dearly beloved, we're about to find out. There's a little bit of a calculation error here. A little bit of a calculation error. I wonder. Let's try that one. I am gonna talk to someone about some of these games if I can after the arena's over. It's better to be lucky than good. Ariel Zamora, my old nemesis, how are we doing? We are on game number 76. Game number 76, ladies and gentlemen. We're answering E4 with E5, by the way. Because we can. Let's do that. Alright, we're going to play the old-fashioned way. I want to take over the center routine. Now that we've updated our calendar. Hopefully. Alrighty then. What in the world are you doing, sir? What in the world do you think you're doing? And now, am I concerned? Nah. Not concerned, but I am a little bothered by the limited nature of my peons. Can I castle on this side of the board? Have I gotten myself into a spot of trouble? Have I? Have I gotten myself into a spot? Yes? No? Maybe so? It's true. Let's just start backpedaling just a little bit. And now for something completely different. This is covered only once. This is covered twice. This is covered none. No time for the old in out, love. Just here to read the meter. What can we do here? Yes, I was worried that he was going to try to hang on to his bishop pair. For some random reason. So when I first started playing chess, a friend of mine actually castled over a bishop in order to protect it. Can you imagine? Craziness, right? Now, we are going to be down a pawn, but it is a pawn that I will not miss. It is a pawn that I will not miss. In the scope of things, a pawn I will not miss. Wow. That was quite exciting. It never occurred to me that you would be doing such a thing. To me, of all things. We're just going to prepare our rook and pawn ending the way we want to. Yes. Here, there, and yonder, right? Here. Yes? I'm in the middle of a stream. What's up? Oh no, I'm sorry that I got you sick too. Alright. This is not good if everyone is sick, right? So here a check, there a check. Can I get something going here? Let's prepare this. I'm losing this king and pawn ending, that much is true. My apologies for whistling. Very rude, very inappropriate.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. Quit whistling.
Yes. Yes. And chess. Yes. I am risking a lot by doing this move. By playing this move, indeed. I am preparing a Fabiano Caruana-like escape where my opponent may not, should not, cannot,
Now words.
Said. Hello
get
there.
away. So here a check, there a check. I'm in check. No words. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. NW in the house. So all these pawns are falling. Will we be able to? Will we be able to mix it up appropriately in the house? So now, that was my first thought. It's a bummer. But we are going to get something going. That much is true. I'm so far away from this square where I need to be, and that square. Here a check, there a check. And that square is very far away as well. This pawn is on the wrong square. Those pawns are going to be very fast, so let's just get this thing moving. Arg, not working. I'm so dead lost in this endgame. It will take a miracle to fix it. So where is my miracle? Can I go in that direction? No, huh?
Kingslayer Sloan
said. Lycus is so retarded.
Easy on the R word here, sir. This is actually a family stream, yeah?
Kingslayer Sloan
said. Not a peep from the tab when I've got a game on.
You're not supposed to get that on your cheaper browsers. You're not supposed to get that on your cheaper browsers. I need to give it up. Sometimes you have to give it up. This right now I have chess.com sounds on. In case you wanted the chess.com sounds.
Kingslayer Sloan
said, just giving away rating.
Ooh. I don't think you're giving away rating. You're playing at an average level below your normal performance. You're just playing at an average level below your normal performance. If it truly is your rating, it will come back to you. If you were truly loved by your rating, it would always be yours.
Kingslayer Sloan
said, I didn't even start the games LOL.
Oh yes, well you do lose those rating points if you don't start the games. So let's see, Boyette, Madraga, Stefano is very tough, Champion Baku is very tough. I have to get my revenge. I think I've only played him once. I'm 0-4 against Champion Baku? Oh my god. You'd think that he's a player. That's craziness.
Kingslayer Sloan
said,
why is he
NA,
offering me a draw? Why is he offering me a draw? That is the question. Pre-move King H1 to avoid the discovered tactic on my queen. We'll see, we'll see. If this all works out. Bishop h2 check first, then my king can just run up and protect the queen, so it doesn't really matter. So no, there's no tactic on the queen. I was thinking that he had h6, queen h4, check, knight king takes, knight g4 check, discovery on the queen, but not quite there yet. But we're here to just play a normal game of chess. What does a normal game of chess look like, you might ask? Well, we're about to find out. So where is he planning on going? Let's go in this direction. Dead equal position. Trying to outsmart the champion of Baku. 1, as opposed to the second champion of Baku. Anastasia Sorokina. What? It won't let me bring up the Lichess, it won't let me bring up the Wikipedia page. Can I go back?
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. John needs to go th the serious chess platform chess.com.
This is a terrible advertisement, by the way. You can't be advertising inferior or scam, especially scam products in other people's streams, sir.
Now words.
Said.
Now look what
Imagine
you did.
paying for something you can get for free.
But you
Kingslayer
do
Sloan.
improve 2.8% faster if you pay.
You better leave Lycus of the screen in THA case.
You do improve 2.8% faster. You do improve 2.8% faster if you pay for it.
Kingslayer Sloan.
That is the way I understand it.
You get what you pay for.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said.
Exactly.
In Lycus S case nada.
Now words.
Said. 27x of what and how do you even measure that?
That's a good question. I believe that it's in the, you actually are the rating formula favors those who pay by 2.7%. That is my suspicion. That is my sneaking suspicion.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. John's been on the mushies again.
So bishop h2, check king f1, right? Yeah, let's see what it looks like here.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. Do some rapid vs Samak Nova.
Rapid versus Samakanova. We're just going to keep prodding here. Yes, that is a good one. That is a good one. So if I play a check, check, it's still made on the first rank, eh? Let's go nuts. Let us go nuts. Go nuts. We're going nuts. We're going nuts, folks. Yeah, I don't want that one. I want this one. Can I go in this direction? It looks like I can go in this direction. And are we just in time or what? Ye gods. Can't believe that was the first time I've beaten him. Never looked at my score with Champion Baku before. He slimed me every time. That's craziness. Isn't that incredible that he slimed me every time we've played? I'm hoping that he beat me really, really well one time. I'm going to look at his games afterward. We have 11 minutes left. Is that right? 12 minutes left?
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. John I the podcast Usenet was the internet out edited out.
What? Yes, I believe in that video the internet was edited out. Based on the first few sentences, because the edited version has several you knows by you edited out in the first paragraph, because for some reason, appears at the beginning of every podcast. So, ironically, I knew. Oh no, he's berserking?
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. Not BYT when it kicked us out.
Right. That is correct. I'm afraid he's going a little bit nuts here. He's going a little bit nuts on me. Can I go in this direction? Well, that's a good move. Oh, did I accidentally play that move? I accidentally played that move. Oh my god. Alright, fair enough. Let's offer him something here. Can I get away with this? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out, I'm afraid. Sorry, Gus. Why are we berserking? Impatience? This is the character
Legacy
part of the
swap.
game that we have to actually...
Thanks for subscribing for 43 months.
Namaste.
845 Namaste, love Federmaster, cough time.
Coffee time. Yes, it is coffee time. It is absolutely coffee time. Alright. I am going to pause and sign out here for a moment. And Ron.
Said. Pegasus Sway, hello there.
Alright. So, where are we? We have Alexandra Samaganova, our favorite person to raid. Hold on, let's just grab, or do we do Alexandra chess? The ever so lovely and hysterical Alexandra chess. I must run, unfortunately. I am in third place. We'll see if it holds. With 5 minutes left, I doubt it. However, please enjoy the amazing innate
Now
humor
Said.
of
Goodbye, Sensei.
Alexandra Chess. Please stick around for the raid. Thank you. No words. Roken Show Sloan.
Pegasus Sway.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ron.
Hello, hello, back at home now, nice to sleep in the right bed.
I'm so glad you're back in business, sir. Are you feeling better? I was really worried about you. I hadn't seen you in so long, Ron. Oh my gosh. I'm going to talk to you more about this later, alright? To find out exactly what the circumstances were. But I was definitely worried, and I'm happy you're back. Talk to everyone soon. Cheers and ciao. Thank you for the 43 months, Pegasus. Kingslayer Sloan. Cheers and ciao.